When death approaches, what will you see? Many wonder what happens in those final moments of life, but few truly know. As Christians, we believe these moments are more than just a passage, they're the beginning of something grand. In this video, I'm going to show you the 9 things the Bible reveals about what people actually see when they leave this world. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might change the way you view life and eternity. Imagine that moment when life brings you to your last breath, that instant where eternity seems to be right at your doorstep. Have you ever wondered what really happens at that moment? Is there peace? Does fear take over? What do people actually see when they're about to cross the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds? This is a topic that touches all of us. After all, death is a certainty for every human being. But what lies behind this mystery? How can we, as Christians, understand and embrace this moment with serenity and faith? In this video, we're going to explore the 9 things many people report seeing at the moment of their departure. Each account carries a deep emotional weight and a glimpse into the unknown. But does everyone have the same experience? Or does God reveal something special to each of His children? As we walk through these revelations together, I want you to ask yourself, how would you feel facing these moments? Is your faith strong enough to bring peace at that time? And what if, in the end, there's something you never imagined? Something that God, in His infinite wisdom, chose to reveal only at the last moment? Keep your mind and heart open as we dive into this deep and emotional topic. After all, the answers we seek about death might just give us a new perspective on the life we still have to live. When we think about the moment of death, one of the most comforting images that comes to mind is seeing the loved ones who have gone before us. Imagine, in that solemn moment, being welcomed by those you love, those you may have lost long ago but never left your heart. What could that mean? Many stories speak of people who, in their final moments, clearly see their parents, grandparents, spouses, children, all those they loved deeply in life. And the most incredible part, these loved ones don't appear with sadness or pain, but with a light of peace and joy, as if they're there to guide the soul on its final journey. Have you ever wondered why this happens? I believe that in this delicate moment, God, in His infinite mercy, allows these reunions to make the transition smoother, less lonely. The sight of those we love brings a comfort that nothing else in this world could offer. It's as if, in that moment, all the anxieties and fears fade away, giving way to a sense that everything will be all right, that death is just a new beginning. But does everyone have this experience? Is the presence of these loved ones a sign of divine approval, a way of telling us we're on the right path? Or is it simply love that transcends the boundaries of life and death, showing us that we're never truly alone? Think about it. How would it be to meet that loved one who passed away years ago, but whom you still feel so present in your life? What would they say to you in that moment? And more importantly, how would that change your perspective on death itself? This is a profound mystery, but one that carries a promise of hope, that even in our final moments, we're surrounded by love and guided toward the light that awaits us. There comes a time, as we approach death, when the things we once considered essential start to lose their value. Our material possessions, our home, our belongings, even the little things we've accumulated over the years, begin to fade in importance. But why does this happen? What makes us realize, so close to the end, that these things never really mattered? I believe that when life calls us to its final moment, what truly matters becomes clearer than ever. The things we fought so hard to achieve, that we held onto so tightly, suddenly seem so small, so irrelevant. The soul begins to let go, as if it knows that what's coming is infinitely greater and more meaningful than anything we could have possessed here on earth. Is it at this moment that we understand the true nature of things? That the riches of this world, which we often pursue with such fervor, have no weight in the face of eternity? This detachment is perhaps one of the greatest signs of divine wisdom manifesting within us. It's as if God is preparing us, purifying us from all distractions, so that we can enter His presence with a light heart, unburdened. Think for a moment, when you reach that point, what of the things you value today will still have meaning? Will the house you built, the car you drive, or even the bank account you've accumulated hold any importance? Or will you realize that the real treasure lies in the memories, the relationships, the love you shared? This is a powerful reflection. It's as if death offers us one last chance to see the world with clarity, to understand that all that is material, no matter how valuable it may seem, is temporary. What truly matters is what we carry in our soul, what we build in our heart. And as the soul lets go, it is freed, ready for the true journey that lies ahead. Picture yourself in that moment when your soul begins to disconnect from your body. Suddenly, you see yourself from above, observing the scene below, your own body, lying there, surrounded by your loved ones. It's a vision that many describe with impressive clarity, but also with a certain serenity. But why does this experience happen? What does God reveal to us through this unique moment? Seeing your own body from above is like the soul preparing for what's next, taking one last look at the life it knew. It's as if we're seeing things from a new perspective, literally from a different height, where the details of earthly life begin to blend with the spiritual. But it's not just the body you see from above. It's the whole scene, the familiar faces, the surroundings, the pain of those left behind. And this brings us to an important reflection: how much we are loved, how much we've impacted the lives of those around us. Does the soul, seeing all of this, feel the need to say goodbye? To comfort those who are suffering from its departure? I believe that in this moment, God allows this vision so that we can understand the depth of the bonds we've built in life. It's as if He's giving us the chance to make peace, to set things right, to say goodbye consciously, knowing that we're leaving but also leaving something valuable behind. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to look at your own life from this angle? What would you see around you? Faces filled with gratitude, with love? Or would there be regrets, things left unsaid, gestures you wish you had made? This vision makes us reflect on the importance of living fully, of not leaving for tomorrow what we can do today, especially when it comes to loving and caring for those around us. And perhaps, as you give that final goodbye, the soul finds an indescribable peace, knowing it fulfilled its purpose, that it lived well, and that now it's ready to move on, leaving the physical body behind, but taking with it the memories, the loves, and the lessons that life provided. It's a moment of transition, where heaven begins to open, and the spiritual journey truly begins. There's something deeply mysterious and, at the same time, comforting about the idea that even after death, we can still connect with those we love. One of the most moving ways this happens is through dreams. Many accounts suggest that after death, the soul may visit the dreams of the living as a way to say goodbye, bringing comfort and a sense of peace to those left behind. But why does this happen? What does it reveal about the nature of love and spiritual connection? I believe dreams are a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, a space where time and place as we know them no longer exist, allowing encounters that would be impossible in our waking state. And when a soul visits the dream of someone they love, it's like they're saying, "I'm okay, and I want you to be at peace." It's a direct message to the heart, a way to close the circle, to ease the pain of loss. Have you ever thought about the impact a dream like this can have? Imagine receiving this unexpected visit, where the person you lost appears not with sadness, but with a look of serenity, maybe even happiness. Could this be a gift from God, a way to ease grief and bring comfort in a time of so much pain? These dream visits often come with a sense of reality so strong that when the person wakes up, they feel like they truly were with their loved one, even if just for a brief moment. This can completely change how someone deals with grief, turning sorrow into a more peaceful acceptance, a certainty that love transcends death. But why do some people have these dreams and others don't? Maybe it's a matter of spiritual openness, or perhaps God chooses specific moments to allow this connection, times when He knows the person needs that confirmation the most, that everything is okay. For those who receive this gift, it's like a final message, a whisper from the other side of the veil, saying that life goes on, that separation is only temporary, and that in the end, we'll all be reunited. These dreams aren't just farewells, they're promises of reunions, a reaffirmation of our faith that God's love connects everything and everyone, even beyond death. Imagine sitting in a movie theater, but instead of watching any random film, what's playing on the screen is your own life. Every moment, every choice, every emotion, all revealed before you, as if it were a movie summarizing your entire existence. This is the experience many people report as they approach death, a review of their entire life, as if they're watching a movie. But why does this happen? What's the purpose of this review? I believe this review is a divine gift, a moment of deep reflection where the soul has the chance to understand the meaning of everything it has lived through. It's like God allows us to see the full picture of our lives, but this time from the other side, where everything makes sense, where every pain, every joy, finds its place in the grand plan He has for us. During this review, each person sees their moments of victory and defeat, their joys and sorrows, and it's in this process that many find unexpected peace. Seeing life this way helps us understand that even the hardest times had a purpose. But does everyone find peace when they look back? Or are there regrets, choices that could have been different? This reflection leads us to an essential question: how would you like the movie of your life to be? Which scenes would you be proud of? And which ones would you wish had played out differently? This is an invitation to live consciously, to make choices that, in the end, bring us peace and satisfaction. And more than that, this life review gives us the chance to see the impact we've had on others. How our actions, no matter how small, influenced those around us. It's a reminder that every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every gesture of love, is part of something bigger and more beautiful. As you watch your life unfold like a movie, you're invited to reflect on what truly brought happiness and purpose to your journey. Was it material possessions, career achievements? Or was it the relationships, the love shared, the faith that guided your steps? This is a question each of us must answer. This final review isn't about judgment, but about understanding, acceptance, and maybe, finding true peace before moving on. It's as if God gives us one last gift, the chance to see our entire life at once and realize that, through it all, He was always there, guiding and caring for every detail. In the moment of death, one of the most common and powerful experiences reported is the vision of a bright, welcoming light. This light isn't just any ordinary brightness, it's something that seems to envelop the soul with a sense of deep peace and love. Many describe this light as the gateway to an indescribably beautiful place, a glimpse of what might be the beginning of eternity. But what does this light really represent? And why do so many people see it? I believe this light is the very presence of God, manifesting in a tangible way to those who are about to enter His glory. It's as if, in that crucial moment, all the barriers between heaven and earth dissolve, and the soul can finally see and feel the fullness of divine love. This light is more than just a vision, it's an experience of wholeness, of acceptance, of being welcomed back into the spiritual home. But why does this light bring so much peace? Maybe because, throughout our lives, we've been seeking this connection, this feeling of being in a safe place where we're unconditionally loved. And at the moment of death, when we see this light, we feel like we've finally found what we've been searching for, a place where there's no pain, no suffering, only peace. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to see this light? Would it bring answers to all the questions you've accumulated throughout your life? Or would seeing this light make everything that once seemed so important simply fade away? It's as if the light invites us to leave behind all earthly concerns and embrace a new reality, one that's beyond our understanding. This vision of the light also raises another important question. What does it reveal about what comes next? Is this light the beginning of something infinitely more grand? Is it the first step on the eternal journey God has prepared for each of us? I believe it is. This light is the sign that life doesn't end with death, but transforms, elevating to a level of existence beyond what we can imagine. And what does this light tell us about how we should live our lives? Maybe it's a reminder that in the end, what truly matters isn't material achievements, but the purity of our heart, the unshakable faith, and the love we've cultivated. Because when we reach the moment of seeing this light, all the good and just things we've done in our life will be reflected back to us, like an embrace from God. This vision of a bright light, reported by so many, isn't just the end of a journey, but the beginning of a new one, filled with hope, peace, and an indescribable beauty. It's the promise that, in the end, we will be received with love and that eternity awaits us, shining and glorious, beyond the light. In the final moments of earthly life, many report an extraordinary revelation, a full understanding of the purpose of their existence. Imagine, in a single moment, all the pieces of your life's puzzle falling into place, all the doubts, anxieties, and questions being answered clearly and deeply. It's as if, finally, the curtain is pulled back, and you can see the grand plan God designed for you. But why does this revelation come only at the end? What is God trying to teach us with this? I believe this revelation is the crowning moment of our spiritual journey. Throughout life, we face challenges, moments of pain, moments of joy, and often we ask ourselves, why am I going through this, or what's the point of all this? But at the moment of death, when all earthly distractions fade away, the soul is able to see clearly that every experience, every choice, every relationship had a divine purpose. It's as if God is saying, everything you lived was for your growth, to shape your spirit, and prepare you for eternity. But is it possible to reach this understanding before the end? What if we could live our lives with this awareness, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, every pain is a lesson, and every joy is a blessing? How would that change the way we face our daily struggles? Would we live with more faith, more patience, more gratitude? This revelation of life's purpose also reminds us that nothing happens by chance. Every event, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is part of a bigger plan. And understanding this brings us immense peace, an acceptance that even in difficulties, God is present, guiding our steps, even when we can't see the way. Have you ever stopped to think about what your life's purpose might be? And what if, in the end, you realized that everything you went through had a greater meaning, that your struggles helped shape who you've become, that your victories brought more than just achievements, but spiritual growth? This final understanding is one of the greatest gifts we can receive because it allows us to see that our life had meaning, that we were part of something much bigger than ourselves. And perhaps, with this revelation, the soul finds an indescribable peace, knowing that everything was as it should be, that every moment contributed to our preparation for what is to come. This understanding isn't just a relief but a confirmation that life, with all its complexities, is a sacred journey, guided by a divine hand that never abandons us. This revelation invites us to live consciously, always seeking spiritual growth, knowing that in the end, everything will make sense. And when that moment comes, we'll be able to look back with a heart full of gratitude, knowing that our life had a greater purpose, that we were guided and protected every step of the way. The most sublime and anticipated moment of our entire spiritual journey is the final encounter with God. Imagine, after a lifetime of searching, doubts, faith, and perseverance, finally standing face to face with the Creator, the one who wove every thread of your existence. This encounter is more than just a moment, it's the culmination of all that we are and all that God is. But what happens in that instant? What is revealed to us when we finally meet the Lord of all creation? I believe that in that moment, all barriers fall. There are no more doubts, no more fears. Everything that was a mystery, everything that was obscure, is now illuminated by the light of divine love. It's as if the soul, which has always sought to understand, can finally rest, embraced by a peace that transcends anything we can imagine. The encounter with God is the ultimate experience of love, a love so pure and complete that it fills every void, heals every wound, and helps us understand the true meaning of eternity. But why is this encounter reserved for the end of our earthly journey? Maybe it's because throughout life, God prepares us, shapes us, teaches us, so that at the right moment, we're ready for this complete union. When we meet God, do we finally understand not only the purpose of our own lives but also the purpose of all creation? In that moment, do we realize that we've always been part of something infinitely greater and that every experience, every pain, every joy brought us to this moment of total communion? Have you ever thought about what it would be like to stand before God, with no more veils, no more doubts? What would you say to Him? And more importantly, what would He say to you? I believe that in this encounter, God doesn't judge us with the severity we often fear, but welcomes us with the tenderness of a loving Father, who always knew our challenges, our falls, but also our victories and perseverance. This final encounter reveals to us the fullness of divine love. A love that not only created us but sustained us every step of the way, that sought us out in our moments of despair and now welcomes us back, never to be separated again. It's the fulfillment of all promises, the completion of all faith, the answer to all our questions. And when that moment comes, when we finally stand before God, our entire life, with its pains and joys, will find its meaning. We'll understand that every step brought us to this encounter, that every challenge was a preparation for us to be ready for this communion. And in that moment, the soul will be lost in God's love, not as a separate entity, but as part of the Creator Himself, where there is no more separation, only eternal union. This is the final destiny of every soul, the moment we wait for and live for. The encounter with God isn't just the end of our journey, it's the beginning of an eternity of love, peace, and perfect communion. An eternity where we finally understand that we've always been in God's arms from the very beginning and that now, in those arms, we've found our true home. If you enjoyed this video and felt it brought a new perspective on life, death, and the encounter with the divine, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here, we're always exploring deep and emotional topics from the Bible that inspire us and help us grow spiritually. By subscribing, you're joining a community dedicated to seeking knowledge, faith, and reflection. And don't forget to like this video and leave your comments below. We want to know what you think about the topics we discussed today. Which moments touched your heart the most? Your opinion is very important to us and can help guide the next videos we'll produce. So, subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with your friends and family. Let's spread this message of faith and hope to as many people as possible. See you in the next video, and may God bless each one of you.